Well, there's a face I'm not used to seeing on the training grounds. Something wrong, Hubert?
I have merely come to examine the equipment. I hear whispers that it is in quite the state. Further, my being here should come as no surprise. Her Majesty and I train in these grounds often.
I never would have guessed. Can't say I'm not jealous, though.
Shall I put in a request with Her Majesty on your behalf? I'm quite certain she'd join you.
That's all right. Maybe she'd throw me a bone from time to time, but that wouldn't make us training buddies the way you two apparently are.
Ah. Well, it is true this has been a long-running custom of ours. In any case, if you do desire a session with either myself or Her Majesty, you only need ask. A mercenary with no backing such as yourself has much to gain by earning Lady Edelgard's favor. Of course, we would not be without benefit. Your rise in standing would paint an ideal picture for our people.
How do you mean?
Many commoners crave progress, a path upward in life, and your example would prove that path exists. The common folk would never expect to see their emperor train alongside someone of your dubious origins. At least not outside the pages of a fairy tale.
Dubious origins? Little harsh, don't you think? Still, it doesn't sound too bad if I can use that to help lift people up.
On the other hand, your presence would also cause great turmoil amongst the elites of our society. They may even despise you. A symbol of the ungrateful commoner, granted privilege well beyond their station.
Oof. But hey, Dorothea's a commoner too. Why don't they hate her?
Dorothea is a famed former songstress, well esteemed in the upper echelons of society. Your situation is vastly different.
Right. Well, no point worrying about it if it's gonna happen no matter what.
Precisely. Things may yet change in the years ahead, but for now all we can do is live with it.
So coddling the elites means the commoners end up oppressed, while hoisting commoners up only agitates the elites. Glad I'm not the one who has to rule the empire. This whole thing sounds like a total mess.
A mess, indeed.
In that case, you should just keep picking commoners like me for all the important jobs. Strength in numbers, right? The more of us there are, the less anyone will be able to complain.
I believe your point to be a sound one, but putting it into action will only heighten our chance of failure. Try as you may to troll a river for jewels, you will most often find yourself hauling up mere pebbles instead.
I get what you mean, I think. Accidentally picking the wrong person could really hurt the Emperor's reputation.
And provide the perfect opening for nobles who want nothing more than for commoners to be kept in their place. An utter disgrace. Here we stand amidst the flames of war, yet some on our side only seek to drag their compatriots down. There is no rot as fetid as that which plagues our foul aristocracy. It would not surprise me if they breathed noxious fumes.
I mean, it's not like they're literally poisonous.
Are you so sure? Spend an hour in the same room with some of them, and see if you don't feel the life being choked out of you. At any rate, it seems you must be the one to plow forward, for the time being.
Come again?
You are a mercenary, Captain, no? Surely there are worthy candidates for promotion among your subordinates. The situation would be far less volatile if any potential appointees came with your direct endorsement.
Oh, good. No pressure at all. And if the person I pick doesn't work out?
Assuming they are not wholly indefensible, we would do our utmost to shield them from criticism. Though I suppose if worst came to worst, we would be forced to sever ties with them. And you.
That's cold-blooded, Hubert. I'm not sure I'm up to the challenge, knowing what's at risk.
Nobody is forcing you to pick someone. If you think it impossible, I will not try to convince you otherwise.
Right, got it. I guess in the meantime, I'll let you know if I think of anyone who might be able to handle the job. And oh, let's keep the whole severing ties thing to the real worst-case scenario, okay? You might look the calm and logical type, but I know your emotions can get the better of you sometimes.
A keener insight than I expected. Perhaps you truly are the right person for this task. Quite the eye you have on you.
Thanks. My vision's not too bad, I guess.
Now, if you could only pair it with some intellect, we would have a true wonder on our hands.
Ah! Why are you always doing that?
A question, if I may. Have you had any further contact with our slithering friends since that day?
Not in the slightest. Why? Do you know something?
Yes, actually. What with the riots in Rim territory and the former Duke Ayer's attempted rebellion. Thanks to that, we now have a lead on the insurgents within the Empire, as well as those who slither in the dark. Speaking to the latter, I also tried to determine if they had been attempting to reach you, or otherwise thought you an ally. But at present, it seems neither is the case, regrettably.
At present? You still don't trust me, do you? In our conversations? The future of the Empire? Promoting commoners? I would have hoped you'd ease up at least a little after all that.
Believe me, it brings me no joy and, in fact, some guilt to doubt you so. But I must be prepared for any eventuality. When needs must, I have made even my greatest enemy feel as though they are a trusted friend. Yet, at times I have also shown extreme suspicion towards those who were, in all manners, undeserving of it.
Yeah, I get it. Keep your cards close to the chest. Never let them know what you're actually thinking. You really are something, you know that? I'm just glad we're on the same side.
I must admit, I only tell you all this because I do, in fact, consider you deserving of my trust. Even if you were once connected to those who slither in the dark, that is clearly behind you now. So believe me when I say, I have the utmost confidence in you.
After what you just told me, I think I'm actually more worried now. I bet that's not how you really feel.
I get the feeling that any attempt I make at explanation will only dig myself further into this hole. Enough on that, though. Our problem now is what lurks beneath your mind's veneer.
What do you mean?
I can sense another you, bubbling away behind the one you present to the world. Call it intuition. What really worries me is that you may one day shed this husk you bear now, and become that someone else entirely.
Another me, huh? Well, I appreciate the concern, but even if that someone does exist, I won't let them overtake me. I mean, come on! I'd shove that other me right back where they came from and earn your trust once and for all. Though, just so we're clear, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Very well. I suppose I will have to take your word. For now. In any case, I hope that as we inscribe Fodlan's new future, we do so with you by our side. Ah.
Oh, hey, Ignatz. What you reading?
Wow.
Yeah, he definitely didn't hear me. Hey, Ignatz!
Ah! What? Oh, it's you. Can you please try to not sneak up on me like that?
Sorry about that. I was trying to talk to you, but it didn't seem like anything was getting through. Looks like you're really into that book, whatever it is. What's it about? Doesn't look like battle tactics at the very least.
You're right. This is the Traveler's Journal. It chronicles places that lie beyond Fodlan's borders.
You've seriously been lugging books around with you? Though I admit, that does sound like a good one.
Yes, it's fascinating. The author's unknown, but whoever it was really traveled to all these places and documented everything. It's amazing how vastly things can differ depending on where you are, like the plants or the animals or even the ore in the ground. And of course, the way people live in those areas is so diverse too, like their food and their clothes. But what's most interesting to me is the architecture. Ruins in Fodlan contain ancient architectural styles that are, for some reason, also found on faraway islands.
All right, I get the picture. You talk like you've seen it all firsthand.
Well, I really try to place myself in the author's shoes when I read. So I guess in a way, I have. I'd love to visit all those places myself, but that's easier said than done. Especially since I became a knight.
The way you say that makes me think you never wanted to be a knight in the first place.
Oh, no! No, of course I did. At any rate, both my father and my brother are pleased that it's official.
Sounds to me like you became a knight for them.
That's not it at all. I'm very happy with my decision, honest.
Even though you can't go off traveling?
Yeah, getting sent out to different locations for battle is kind of the same thing. Oh, but of course the mission always comes first. It's not like I go off wandering whenever I feel the urge.
Uh-huh. But you would if you could, right?
Why do you keep asking me about this? All these leading questions, they're uncalled for. I might not be able to travel of my own volition, but I can read books and go wherever I want in my imagination. and that's good enough for me. Aha. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Looks like he's at it again. How's the book, Ignatz?
Ah! Could you please not surprise me like that?
Sorry. So, you got more books, huh? They look expensive.
They were tucked away in my family's storeroom. I had my brother send them to me. We're a merchant family. All the books here are technically meant to be for sale. But they've gone unsold for years now, so he sent them, without telling my father.
Your brother sounds like a nice guy. Are you two close?
We weren't when we were younger, but I guess we are now. We do write to each other a lot. And he listens to even my strangest requests. That's why I tend to go to him for everything. Wonder if he feels sorry for me since I became a knight for our family's benefit.
So you didn't really want to do it then?
Well, no, that's not... I did it because I wanted to help them. Now that I'm a knight for House Gloucester, I've been able to make a lot more connections with the nobility. If I use that to help my family's business, then I'm perfectly happy with where I am.
If you say so. What kind of books did you borrow?
A bunch of travel journals and collections of letters from far-off places. No matter how painful life may be, it all fades away when I read these books and imagine myself traveling.
Wait, did you just say painful? I knew you weren't happy. What you really want to do is travel around and paint all the scenery you like, don't you?
What? How do you know that?
You're not exactly hiding it. You've got books on painting techniques, preparing pigments, and all that kind of stuff right here.
Yes. The truth is, I love painting. I know the world holds all these wondrous sights that I can't even begin to imagine. If only I could see them for myself and capture them on canvas. I used to dream of doing that. But things are different now, you know? I don't regret becoming a knight, and I didn't do it just for my family's sake. I want to do my part to shape Fodlan's future. It's my responsibility as much as anyone else's. That conviction has only grown with every battle. Ah, that must have sounded so arrogant. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassing myself.
All right. If you're gonna make it that clear you don't regret your choice, then I'll stop pestering you. But this war is gonna end one day. Why not keep your dreams alive for when it does?
Maybe I will. Hey, do you have a moment?
What's going on, Ignatz? Finally leaving on that journey to see the world?
No, not that. In fact, we're not going to talk about my dreams today. You always ask questions about me, but you never talk about yourself. So, I thought it was high time I asked about you. You certainly have piqued my curiosity.
What? You got a crush on me or something?
Huh? No! I mean, I like you, but not like, in that special way.
I'm joking, don't worry. No need to get all flustered. So, what did you want to know?
Well, since I told you about my dreams, I wanted to know about yours.
My dreams, huh? I think being a mercenary and going wherever the wind takes me sounds pretty good.
You still want to be a mercenary? Even after the war's over? But we'll finally have peace. You won't have to fight anymore.
Yeah, but that's all I've been doing since even before the war started. I'd just be going back to my old way of life. Killing monsters, guarding villages. There's still plenty of work even in times of peace. And who's to say some enemy from outside Fodlan won't show up?
That may be true, but isn't it difficult having to constantly fight all the time?
Every job's got its tough parts, but the mercenary lifestyle's a perfect match for my personality. I can't even imagine settling down and establishing roots somewhere.
Yeah, that does sound like you.
Does it now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just meant that you don't really seem like the kind of person who wants to stay tied down.
You think so? Well, whatever the case, I plan on earning my keep with my sword. As long as my body holds out, that is. What about you, Ignatz? You gonna stay a knight once this thing's over?
I'm not sure. I'll have to cross that bridge when I come to it. But if my duties as a knight were to end at some point, then I guess that's when I could make my dreams a reality. If I were to do that, do you think you'd like to come with me as my bodyguard?
You do realize I'll be Fodlan's most sought-after mercenary by then. I'm not gonna come cheap.
Oh, really? Then I'll have to work extra hard to save up some money. Because I really do want to travel with you.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ignatz. I'll be counting down the days till then.
Huh. So House Yvonne is actually just a branch of House Blathid?
Yes, though really if you trace any noble bloodline back far enough, you will find most of them are related in one way or another. For example, Duke Yvonne possesses the crest of Karen, while her grandfather possessed the minor crest of Fraldarius. Yet another of her ancestors bore the crest of Blathid, which is passed down through the royal bloodline.
So, you just gotta have a crest to inherit the family title, huh? Doesn't matter which one it is?
In general, yes. The nobility used to be more particular about their requirements, but that is in the past now. Since the houses all keep intermingling, none of them really have a pure bloodline anymore, meaning they don't get to be picky about which crests they get. Though in truth, the main reason why crests are so valued is because they allow their bearers to wield the hero's relics, passed down through generations. In other words, one who possesses a crest compatible with the family's relic is much more likely to inherit the family title.
Huh. Speaking of, you're the heir to House Galatea, but your crest comes from another family, right?
Yes, but my house is a little different from the others. We originally split off from House Daphne in Leicester, you see. And at times in our history, crest bearers have been passed over entirely for the inheritance.
Can't you just pick a rule and stick to it? Why do you nobles always have to make stuff so complicated?
Complicated or not, this is important knowledge if you are going to keep serving His Majesty. If you stay ignorant, the soldiers you command will lose respect for you, and His Majesty's reputation will be irreparably damaged.
Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't be complaining after I asked you to teach me. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right. You're the legitimate heir, and you have a crest, which means you're gonna inherit the family title someday. But what about all that talk of becoming a knight? Can you even do that if you're leading your house?
No. I have dreamt of obtaining knighthood and defending the king ever since I was a little girl. But I'm afraid it's not meant to be.
And none of your siblings have crests, do they? Isn't there anyone who can take the title for you?
My eldest brother says he is willing to do so if necessary. After all, the decision comes down to what the family and the heir want. Usually, leadership passes to a child with a crest. There have been exceptions, as I mentioned before. Even so, it is the duty of every kingdom noble to take up their relic in defense of their people. Not to mention, my father is not the only one who wants to see me in charge of the house. The citizens of Galatea are hoping for the same.
Huh. I'm not sure I really get all the politics behind it, since I wasn't born in the kingdom. But wouldn't you still be able to protect the king, even if you ended up a count?
I am not sure I follow.
Sorry, I can explain some other time. There's a story about a mercenary I'd love to tell you. Hey, Ingrid. Glad I tracked you down. Have you ever heard of Tobias's mercenaries?
What an odd question. Tobias, The name does sound familiar somehow.
Huh, I thought everybody knew about them. Captain Burling must have exaggerated that part. Anyway, they were a big mercenary group my old captain used to be in when she was a kid. Apparently their leader, Tobias, was so loyal to one of the local lords that he was practically an honorary advisor.
Strange. I thought mercenaries kept interactions with their employers strictly business.
Most do, but not only did these mercs fight for this lord, they pitched in building the castle town too. They even went so far as to trade their swords and bows for hoes and pitchforks and tilled the barren land for the farmers of the region. And they opened up shops in town when the lord was going through some financial troubles.
It sounds like they went far beyond what is expected of most mercenaries. Unless, is that something you all do?
Oh, not at all. We're fighters through and through. Nobody in their right mind would ask us to drop everything to become farmers or merchants. Basically, both the mercenaries and the lord were doing stuff way different from how they normally do.
Yes, of course. A bunch of sellswords planting seeds and tending a shop is certainly unheard of.
In the end, the captain grew so close to the noble of the region that people started calling him the Lord's right-hand man. I guess my point is, it doesn't matter what you are, mercenary, knight, noble, you aren't tied to any one role just because of the title you hold. Even battle-hardened mercs can end up as farmhands if that's what the client calls for. And if that's possible, surely a noble can do anything they want too.
True enough. That ties into our conversation from before as well. Thank you. I will give the matter some thought.
Good. I know it won't be easy to find the answer, but I'm here to bounce ideas off if you ever need it. And no matter what, I'm just glad my old captain's story actually helped you. All this stuff about Tobias and his mercenaries really caught me off guard the first time I heard it.
You were right about that. But, I cannot shake the feeling that this Tobias person is familiar somehow. Wait, I remember now. I believe the noble in your story may have actually been my grandmother.
Really? The last head of House Galatea?
Yes. I don't remember very well since I was still so young, but I recall she had a friend by the name Tobias. Though I find it difficult to believe the old man I knew was once a strapping mercenary captain.
If it really was him, he must have climbed the ranks even further than I realized. I mean, not just anyone can meet a noble's family like that. Who would have thought this old story would hit so close to home?
Certainly not me.
Hey, Ingrid. Not too often I see you wandering in town like this.
Oh, I, was just out for a walk. What about you? Are you here to do some shopping?
Yeah, they do ask me to pick up some ingredients for dinner.
Well, if it is food shopping you're after, then your best bet would be the boulevard past the river.
What are you so flustered for? You're not hiding something, are you?
What, me? No, not at all. It's nothing really. I'm just surprised how much you can find here.
It's a far cry from the struggling little towns dotting the rest of the kingdom, that's for sure.
Yes, Galatea is one of the regions that's found itself facing particularly hard times lately. A beautiful town like this, filled with happy people, hardly feels like it's part of the same kingdom as the blighted, barren lands I call home. The street lined end to end with blacksmiths is an especially magnificent sight. Not to mention all the wonderful smells wafting from the food stalls. Sorry, I lost myself for a moment there. In any case, it's great to see just how prosperous this town has become.
Don't worry, I get where you're coming from. Seems like there's barely any crime here either.
I suppose I have much to learn from this town, as the future Count Galatea.
Hey, speaking of, have you figured out what you want to do yet?
Not at the moment, no. In fact, part of the reason I came into town today was to do some further searching. It's my dream in life to stand as a knight by His Majesty's side, just as my late fiancé once did. And even if I do not become a knight like he was, there must be a way I can protect His Majesty in a similar fashion. Perhaps I could teach the people of my house the ways of farming and travel the kingdom cultivating land for those who need it most.
That's an idea. Definitely an unusual job for a count, but it'll be welcome for sure. And if you managed to help the kingdom prosper while you did it, people would grow more and more satisfied with the royal family's rule. That's certainly one way to protect the king. If that's the path you choose for yourself, I'll do whatever I can to support you. That's what friends do, after all.
In that case, what would you think of cooperating with me once I inherit my family's title? Just as Tobias did for my grandmother.
Don't tell me. You'd ask me to fetch you meat skewers every day to save you the trip into town?
What? I would never.
It was just a joke, don't worry. But I seriously do want to help. I believe in you, Ingrid.
Oh, hey. You fishing too?
Yeah.
Ease up, kid. We're on the same side now, remember?
I know. Guess I'm just not used to it yet.
We're not getting paid to kill each other anymore. We can just sit here like normal folks and catch some fish. You're a mercenary, right? For us, there's no such thing as friends or foes once that contract's paid.
Yeah, I know that too. You, don't remember me, do you?
Should I?
I used to run with Burling's mercenaries.
Burling. Ah, yes. That woman was an army unto herself.
Yeah, but you and your company wiped us out. My captain, my comrades, every last one of them died in that battle.
So that's what this is about. You have a grudge against me?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I really liked that scruffy crew. All of us got along, even the captain. They were the best group I'd ever been with. And just like that, they were gone. I tried to tough it out at the time, but it was really hard. After what happened, I made myself a promise. I was gonna get stronger, and someday I would defeat you and the Ashen Demon.
But we're allies now, so you're gonna have to let that go, huh?
Looks like it. But you know, part of me is relieved. I don't think I could have beaten the Ashen Demon anyway.
Hey now, what about me? Or are you saying you could take me?
Won't know unless I try. By the way, for a regular guy just catching some fish, you haven't even got your hook on.
Yeah, well, these old mitts aren't exactly made for tying tiny knots.
Give it here. I'll do it.
Not half bad, kid. Thanks.
People call you a legendary mercenary, but you're a lot less dexterous than I imagined.
Legendary is what they call dead people. I'm still alive and kicking, you know. Hey, and about what happened with Burling. I'm sorry. The whole thing was just two minor lords trying to get the better of each other. If Burling hadn't come for us, we could have avoided all the bloodshed. But she came roaring in, yelling that she would take us down and make a name for herself. My kid couldn't afford to hold back at that point. I know that doesn't make it better, but I hope it helps.
What's done is done. You were just doing your job. I know that.
Well, this is great.
Having some trouble there, Jeralt?
I wanted to replace the clasp on my gauntlet, but I can't quite get the blasted thing to stay.
Here, let me try.
Well, look at that. You got a real knack for these things. Thanks, kid.
I'm surprised you've survived this long with those ham hands.
Being a good mercenary isn't all about dexterity, you know. Besides, when you've lived as long as I have, your body just doesn't work as well as it used to. Trust me.
You don't look that old to me.
You can't judge a book by its cover. I might not look it, but I'm practically an ancient tome. Not to mention I've lived pretty hard. Might just be a gut feeling, but I've started feeling like the goddess might call me to her side before long.
Come on, it's not like you're at death's door. Besides, you really think the goddess would be calling you of all people?
You don't hold anything back, do you? If the goddess won't have me, then I'll just have to make do in hell.
Do you think you'd have any regrets if you died right now?
Not one. Except maybe living too long.
What about leaving your kid behind?
Can't say I wouldn't be worried, especially because that kid isn't exactly normal.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I've never seen a power like that before. Not even generals with crests measure up.
True, it's not like my training was all that rigorous either. But before I knew it, my kid had become the Ashen Demon. Just a personal quirk, I guess. Makes it tough to find friends, though. In that sense, I'm glad we're here. There's tons of young folks around. And maybe the kid'll take a shine to you, since you're both mercenaries.
Who knows? I've been hoping we could talk more at least.
Is that so? I'm glad to hear you say that. Takes a load off my mind.
Now you really sound like a dad.
I was never much of a parent, but I do worry all the same. You know, I think we were meant to end up on the same side. Would you do me a favor and look after my kid?
When you put it that way, it really does sound like you're about to die.
Hey, it's possible. Tomorrow's never guaranteed in this line of work. I meant what I said. Can I count on you?
Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna refuse a dying man's wish after all. Jeritza? What's wrong?
Not here, either.
Hey, hold on. If you're looking for someone, I'd be more than glad to help.
Leave me be.
Friendly as ever, I see. You know, it's kinda hard to believe you and Mercedes are related. Why don't you let me help you? You seem worried.
How could you tell?
You're not exactly hiding it. You nearly busted the chapel door clear off its hinges.
I'm looking for someone. She is injured.
Huh? Did someone go missing from the infirmary? Wait, are you talking about an enemy?
Not an enemy. However, she fled when she saw me.
Well, then why would she run? Oh, I get it. Was it Bernadetta?
Not her. Though, the one I seek was likely frightened by me as well.
Well, you're not really the most approachable guy. There's kind of this murdery aura about you. Like, if I let my guard down for even a second, it'd be the last thing I ever do.
That is not my intention.
I know that, but you'd probably still scare the life out of someone who's already jumpy. Even a beast would turn tail and run if it caught sight of the Death Knight.
Then, what would you suggest? I will never capture her at this rate.
Your biggest problem is that you always look like you're out for blood. Maybe we should start there. Just try to smile when the two of you talk. And definitely don't look like you're gonna kill her.
When we talk? Interesting. Time is wasting. I must go.
Wait, Jeritza? Is he really gonna be okay? Huh? Oh, it's a cat. Looks like something spooked it. What's wrong, little guy? Is someone chasing you? Not that you'd be able to tell me anyway. Jeritza? What's wrong? Wait a sec. Why do I feel like this has happened before?
There you are.
Yeah? What's up?
Not you. Her. The creature who raided the pantry.
Wait, you mean the cat?
She is swift. This is not the first time she has eluded my grasp.
Not the first... Oh, so this is who you were chasing the last time.
Yes, she was injured. I tried to tend to her, but she fled. Eventually, another soldier apprehended her.
So that's what was going on. It wasn't a person who went missing. It was a cat. Now that I think about it, I don't know if you ever said she was a person. Sorry for jumping to conclusions.
The fault is mine as well. My word choice was poor.
Honestly, I'm more surprised than anything. Never really saw you as a cat person. I always thought your antisocial tendencies extended to everyone, human and animal.
I only loathe people. I had a cat once, back at House Bartels, with my sister.
No kidding. So they weren't always scared of you?
No. However, the cat vanished after my mother and sister left. Perhaps it was frightened by the sight of me covered in blood.
I'm no cat expert, but they say animals can sense danger. Maybe it could tell that you'd become a threat somehow. Cats are fickle. Anyway, what do you plan to do once you've caught this bread bandit?
Take her with me, and make sure she never steals again.
What's that supposed to mean? Look, you practically scared the whiskers right off her.
I only planned to give her some food. I wonder why she was frightened.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while till she realizes you just want to help.
Yeah! Ha!
Hmm?
Phew, what a workout. Oh, hey, are you here to train too?
Nah, just grabbing something I forgot earlier. Is this normal training time for you, Leonie?
Well, yeah. We've been so busy lately, I've had to squeeze it in whenever I can.
Huh. You work hard, for a mercenary.
I'm just starting out in my career, so I can't afford to slack off now. I only started training as a merc after the Officers' Academy closed, remember? Meanwhile, you were one before you even came to the Academy. You've got years of experience on me.
Still, you're skilled, and you've got brains, which means you're more promising than the average rookie.
I hope you're right. I have to distinguish myself at some point, or else I won't be able to face the captain.
You have a captain?
Yep. He visited my village when I was a kid, and I practically begged him to make me his apprentice. I was probably a huge nuisance, but I was so desperate to get out of my village and be independent. Jeralt treated me like an annoying little brat at first, but eventually, he taught me for real. He showed me everything. Tricks of the trade, standard training routines, basic strategy. Don't you have a mentor? Someone who showed you the ropes?
A mentor? I do have a mentor, in a sense. You know, someone who occasionally gives me advice and stuff.
That sounds sort of vague, but I guess there can be all kinds of mentors. Either way, you still have loads more experience than me. I need to work hard so I can catch up with you.
Well, if you ever want help from an old pro, just say the word.
Thanks. I'm glad to have a role model I can count on. Hey, you got a minute?
Sure, what do you need? Wait, don't tell me. You're here for some advice from a pro.
Actually, I am. You know how all the top mercenaries have some kind of specialty? Some excel at swordsmanship, some are adept in subterfuge, and so on. Even you have your own special thing. That incredible, mysterious power. Anyway, I was just thinking that I need something like that too.
Mysterious, huh? But, yeah, I guess you're not wrong. As for you, Leonie. You're really good at being thrifty and managing money. That's a unique skill no other mercenary has.
Come on, are you even taking this seriously? That has nothing to do with my work. Besides, if I made a name for myself because of that, people would just think I'm stingy or greedy.
Well then, what about your bow and arrow skills? People already say you're a master.
I was raised in a hunting village, so yeah, I do know my way around a bow. But a bow and arrow isn't very helpful in the middle of a heated battle, is it? I figure I'll need to do better than that if I want to be a first-rate mercenary.
You can use all kinds of weapons, right? And you can even ride horses.
Sure, I know the basics, but it's more of a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none kind of situation.
That may be the case, but if you look at it from another angle, those skills make you a pretty powerful mercenary.
What do you mean?
You know the fundamentals for everything. There's nothing you're particularly bad at.
Well, yeah, but I'm just average at all of them.
Even so, a mercenary who can do everything decently well would actually be in pretty high demand. Strategically, your options expand significantly if you've got even one person who can react to any change in battle. Meanwhile, mercs with only one specialty are practically useless in some situations.
Like how some people don't know what to do if they get stuck in a role that doesn't suit them.
Exactly. That's why a versatile mercenary who can adapt to anything is a valuable asset.
But then I'm still just an asset. It doesn't sound like that'll earn me a reputation as one of the best.
For that, you just need to keep working hard and improving your skills, yeah? If you're average at everything, then that means you have plenty of room to grow.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Your strength is that you can do anything. So if you keep getting better at everything and end up even a tiny bit above average...
Then I'd shine brighter than any one-trick pony on the battlefield.
And then if you keep showing off all you can do, your name will get around and you'll be one of the best in no time.
I see. Thanks. You've really given me a lot to think about.
Glad to help. Though I wouldn't really call myself first-rate either. So we'll both have to keep working as hard as we can.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll be the best of the best. I bet we'll even get our own special nicknames. Oh, it's the captain.
Yeah, handle it any way you want. This should be an easy job for you.
I'll report back when it's done.
Sounds good. We're gonna take care of some other matters in the meantime.
Why are you making that noise, Leonie? You got an upset stomach or something?
No, I don't. You know how the captain and his mercenaries joined forces with us?
Yeah, I'm so glad you get to fight with him again. Oh, wait. This is the first time you two are actually fighting together, right?
Yep. I haven't seen him since we parted ways when I was a kid. I've never been in a battle with him or anything. So, yeah, I'm happy, but... No! I can't take it!
Wait a minute. Is this about his kid?
Yeah. Though we're practically the same age. But only one of us has the captain's full confidence and a cool nickname. We're both mercenaries, for crying out loud, and I was the captain's first apprentice.
But you're not family. You can bet that Jeralt would have trained any child of his from birth, a whole lot longer than you.
Ugh, you have a point there.
And if you want to talk about age, Alois has been with him since their night days. Which means it's likely that he was actually Jeralt's first apprentice, right?
Hey, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
In any case, it's kind of a given you wouldn't be on the same level. I mean, they haven't just studied under Jeralt, they've had years of on-the-job training with him. Plus, you don't have any weird powers.
You mean like you do?
Yeah, but our powers are completely different. To be honest, I want to best the Ashen Demon too. I've been striving to do that this whole time, but still haven't managed to pull it off.
Is that right? You know, even if we teamed up, I'm not so sure we'd win.
I don't know about that. With the two of us together, I think we might actually have a shot at it. In fact, I think my money would be on us. Want to set up a challenge sometime and see what happens?
I'm all for it. After all, the captain has a saying, better to fight dirty and win than play fair and lose.
Yeah, that sounds like Jeralt. Well, for a mercenary, all that matters is the outcome.
Exactly. You know, I'm really glad you're here.
Same goes for you, Leonie. Now let's stay sharp and show the Ashen Demon up our own way.
Oh, hey, looks like I'm not the first one to show up.
Hello there. No need to pay me any mind. I'll just be absorbed in my book here. I assume you've come to meet someone? As they've clearly not arrived yet, why don't you join me? Here.
Thanks. Hey, Linhardt, you're into all that spooky magic stuff, right? Like sorcery and crests and whatnot?
Yes. Why? Is there something you'd like to ask me?
Oh, no. I was just thinking it's kind of weird that you've never really been interested in my power.
Do you want me to be?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even understand it myself. But with you helping me, I might actually learn something. That and Hubert scared me half to death talking about how you might experiment on me. Just so we're clear, I'm not into that.
Uh-huh. Well, not everything piques my interest. Your circumstances simply do not.
If you're not interested, then so be it. But is there any particular reason why?
Hard to say. Perhaps because a sword is the only thing you're able to manifest? Strictly speaking, I suppose your power does raise some questions. But that sinister weapon of yours, it just doesn't leave me all that interested in learning more.
Sinister, huh? That's one way to describe it.
Tell me, have you ever beheld one of the hero's relics? They also possess the most peculiar aura. And yet, there's something almost divine about the terror they instill. But your sword? It's cold, maybe even inhuman. In more complex terms, it's little more than an inorganic, dispassionate construct, not a hint of the goddess's divine guidance in its design. It's not as if you were able to choose what you manifested, right? It just came to you.
True, but what if I could turn it into something else and start manifesting different things? Would you be interested then?
Is such a thing possible? I would like to see that for myself, I must admit. In fact, I'd be quite excited by that. What a fascinating topic to lay at my feet.
Hey, it was just a suggestion. I have no idea if I can actually do it.
But aren't you the one who brought it up? Ah, it's you. How's it going? Any developments to report?
You mean with my power? Not really, no.
Perhaps using it regularly won't be enough to provoke growth. Good to know.
Hey, I thought you said you weren't interested. I mean, how many times are you gonna come ask me if anything's changed before you're happy?
Weren't you the one so keen on piquing my interest? I only wanted to check how that was going. If you don't think it's possible, just tell me and I'll stop asking.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely not happening.
What? But this was all your idea. How cruel of you to stoke my excitement only to back out at the first sign of adversity. Come on, just keep trying a little longer. How about this? Describe the circumstances in which you first awakened to your power. Maybe we can reproduce the situation and see if lightning doesn't strike twice.
Well, I was staring death in the face when it happened. I'd been beaten so badly I could barely stand, but I kept telling myself I wasn't ready to die yet. Then out of nowhere, it just came to me.
I suppose we shouldn't try to recreate those conditions. Nobody wants a dead officer on their hands. Let's consider some other potentially relevant factors. Who was your opponent? Where did the struggle take place? What time of day was it? Do you think your emotions played any part in it?
I was fighting the Ashen Demon of all people. I'm sure we could arrange another sparring session. As for the when and where, we were in a forest at night. Pretty sure it was a full moon, too. And that leaves my emotional state. But I don't know how I could replicate the intense emotions of being at the brink of death like that.
I see. That context would prove quite tricky to simulate. And if your power functions similar to a crest, revealing itself even when you don't intend it, that leaves only one option. Observing you on the battlefield at all times. This is turning out to be more work than I signed up for.
You don't have to keep doing this if it's too much, you know.
A valid point. It seems I'll need to rethink the nature of our relationship moving forward. So in the end, it seems we're no closer to unveiling the truth about your powers.
You can say that again. At this rate, the war will be over and done with by the time we make any headway.
That would admittedly be cause for celebration, at least. Your power, like that of a crest, is undoubtedly meant to be wielded as an instrument of war. And as the tides of battle recede, your chances of encountering a life or death situation grows slimmer and slimmer. Therefore, you'll be forced to use your power less and less often. And that's probably for the best.
Why is that such a good thing?
Because we still don't know enough about its effects, both during and after its use. You know, they say even a hero's relic wielded by its corresponding crest-bearer will still drain a portion of that person's life. It's reasonable to suspect your power could have a similar impact on both your body and mind.
Hey, you're starting to scare me here. Honestly, I was just planning on going back to being a regular old mercenary after the war ends. Can't really imagine life without a blade in my hand, you know?
I should have guessed. I imagine your expert services will be in high demand even once the conflict is over. In fact, Edelgard herself seemed keen on asking you to settle down in Imbar to support the Empire.
Really? Not that I'm not flattered, of course, but putting down roots isn't really my thing.
No, I suppose not. Though I have to admit, it would put my mind at ease to have you by my side once this is all over.
You want me by your side? Would you care to elaborate on that?
Consider the possibilities. A seemingly unarmed attendant who's able to produce a sword in the blink of an eye. It would be a great crime deterrent, don't you think? You'd prove quite handy on my travels.
I figured that's what you meant. A pure Linhardt answer, if I've ever heard one. But how's that any different from a regular bodyguard? Seems like you could just hire one of those and be done with it.
Maybe so, but I don't want to be spending the rest of my life with a random bodyguard, do I?
Hold on, what?
Oh, well, look at the time. It seems I've forgotten an urgent matter I need to attend to. Bye for now.
Wait, Linhardt, come back!
Ah, I was wondering who it was. What fortuitous timing.
Did you need me for something?
Nothing in particular. I was simply thinking of having a little chat with you. Please, do relax.
But I already am relaxed.
I've heard your background is quite the mystery, and what's more, that you possess some sort of unknown power. It's certainly a bold decision for Claude to put someone like that in charge of frontline forces.
I don't know if there's anything bold about it.
Oh? It seems you do not understand your unique position, then. Each noble house in Leicester commands its own knights, and those knights in turn enact the will of their lords through the soldiers in their employ. But you are no knight, merely a mercenary who commands soldiers in fealty to nobody at all.
Maybe so, but all my orders come straight from the Alliance leader himself. What's the problem?
There is no problem, per se. You excel at what you do and fight with true valor. However, protecting the people of Leicester has always been the nobility's responsibility, and theirs alone. Some nobles may feel insulted that they have to rely on a simple mercenary of unknown origin.
Seriously? But nobles are usually the ones hiring mercenaries in the first place.
On the other hand, I hear there are more commanders of common birth in the Empire of late. Given our current lack of resources, the Alliance could serve to learn from them and promote more commoners through our ranks. Which means there should be no particular reason for anyone to resent you.
Didn't you just say they might feel insulted? If nobody's getting all hot under the armor about it, then there's no problem, right?
That said, this does not change the fact that a noble's obligation is to protect the common folk. Though your exact origins remain unclear, you undoubtedly fall into the commoner category as it stands. Therefore, you are entitled to all the protection a noble is compelled to provide. Simply say the word if you ever require my assistance.
Of course, Lorenz. You'll be the first person I go to. Capable guy like you has plenty of sway with the other nobles, after all. You know, at first I thought you were just coming to complain, but you were actually trying to be nice.
Me? Nice? To you? Oh my, you are funny. Allow me to explain. I am the heir to House Gloucester, a noble among nobles. My offer of aid was not an act of kindness. It was a means to inform you of your place in this society. You would do well to remember the order of things here in Fodlan.
So you just came to tell me how I'm disrupting the order? You are complaining.
Most certainly not. Do you really think me that small-minded? I've acknowledged your skills, and all I ask in return is that you act according to your station. Understand?
All right, I'll keep that in mind. For now. In any case, my job as a mercenary is to fight. Simple as that. You're wasting your time if you're gonna get all bent out of shape about me.
I am not Never mind. We shall continue this at a later date.
Tough fight, eh, Lorenz? I'm just glad we both made it back safe.
Indeed. Without your help, I surely would have met a noble warrior's demise. Thankfully, my admirers will have no reason to weep today. And for that, you have my gratitude.
Well, that took a weird turn.
Do you remember what I said before about the order of things in Fodlan?
Yeah, wasn't it something like, you nobles are here to protect us commoners, so we all should just be good little kids and go take a nap or something?
Well, I don't recall saying anything about naps, but yes, we nobles have an obligation to protect the common folk. However, were a commoner to take a lethal strike in a noble's stead, then we have failed in our duty. I was dangerously close to suffering that fate myself.
Okay, sure, but you would have died if I hadn't saved you.
And in doing so, you put yourself in a most precarious position. Your life could have been forfeit.
Risking my neck to save others is just what I do.
Yes, well, you were lucky to keep it unsevered this time. Mark my words, there is no reason a commoner should ever put their life on the line for a noble. I couldn't bear the thought of someone of your status sacrificing their life for the sake of my own. So do not do that again. Are we clear?
You're right. I'm sorry.
Do not mistake me. There's nothing for you to apologize for. Do I seem so selfish that I would make the person who saved my life then seek my forgiveness?
All right. No apology then. Sheesh. You're a real piece of work, you know that?
Me? How rude! I will have you know I'm quite serious about this matter.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but we can end up in that situation 100 times, and I'll save you every single one.
Astonishing! You fail to understand me after all this.
I get what you're going for, but I've got my own way of doing things. Mercenary or no, I know there's nothing worse than watching an ally die right in front of me. Especially if they're weaker than me. I just can't help but jump in to save them, you know?
Weaker? You cannot possibly mean me.
Hey, you're the one who almost kicked the bucket out there. If you don't want people rushing in to save you, then you've just gotta get stronger.
I must admit, your argument is sound. I cannot refute it. In that case, I ask you keep your eyes on me from this day forth. I shall endeavor to improve myself. The day my strength surpasses yours, my noble personage will save your commoner skin and restore the proper order to this world. Yes, this shall solve all of Fodlan's problems.
This is why nobody believes me when I say he's actually a decent guy.
Ah, there you are.
Here to complain again, Lorenz?
Do I look like a man who does nothing but complain? Simply preposterous.
Okay, then what do you want?
I'm not sure if you noticed, but I have grown remarkably stronger as of late. I've poured all my effort, nay, my very blood, into these results. And do you know why that is?
To win the war, right?
That may be part of it, yes. But the impetus came from you throwing down the gauntlet.
I don't remember doing anything like that.
You surely could not have forgotten. Your words ring true in my ears even now. It was something like, if you don't want people running in to save you, then you just gotta get stronger than me.
That does sound like me.
And I believe I responded, the day my strength surpasses yours, my noble personage will save your commoner skin and restore the proper order to this world.
Did you?
Yes, I most certainly did. And now that day has finally come. I am a man of my word, after all. If I could only just rescue you from a perilous spot in battle, I will have truly fulfilled my vow.
So, that was a vow, huh?
Yes, one I whispered into the ears of the goddess herself. Yet you seem dead set on foiling my every opportunity to fulfill it. Somehow you never stumble, never falter on the battlefield. It's almost as if you're an army all on your own. And so, despite my every intention to rush in and rescue you, the opportunity never arises. Well, what do you plan to do about this?
Okay, see what you're doing right now? You're complaining again. But you've got it all wrong. The reason I don't run into trouble in battle isn't because I'm all-powerful or something. It's because I have reliable allies like you fighting alongside me. So you see, you've already fulfilled your vow.
What? Well, I must say I'm quite impressed with myself. It seems I've managed to save your life without even realizing it. which means I, Lorenz Hellman Gloucester, have emerged victorious in our challenge.
Congrats, Lawrence. You did good. But just so we're clear, you're not so full of it to think you're actually stronger than me, are you?
Ah, throwing down another gauntlet. Very well, then. How about a little sparring session, right here and now?
Bring it. But no complaining if you lose, all right?
Oh, hello there. Are you doing some research?
Yeah, I was just looking through records of past battles. Figure I'll probably run into some similar situations.
That's admirable of you. I thought that someone with a mercenary background would be a little more reckless with their fighting. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That sounded a bit rude, didn't it?
No, you're right. My fighting style was pretty loose when I was a mercenary. Actually, I can't say it's really changed that much, but I've got more responsibility now, so I've had to adjust some. Any mistakes I make would only cause problems for everyone else, right?
Huh. You're much more studious than I thought. I can see why Claude trusts you so much.
You really think I'm held in such high regard?
That's what I've heard, at least. It's very impressive, especially since you're so young.
Thanks, Lysithea. And the same goes for you, too. For a kid, you're amazing at what you do.
Excuse me? Who is a kid?
Huh? Well, you are.
I must ask that you refrain from treating me like a child.
I wasn't trying to...
You said, and I quote, for a kid. I'm aware that people often treat me like a child, but to think you'd call me one directly to my face! I work harder and contribute more to this army than anyone else here. It is truly vexing that something as inconsequential as my age can dictate how people treat me.
I'm sorry. I had no idea you hated being treated like a kid that much.
This is not a matter of like or dislike. My belief is that those who fight alongside each other should treat one another as equals.
Well, yeah. I thought I was complimenting you as an equal, obviously.
Then there is no need for any qualifying language. You should compliment me as you would anyone else.
Hold on. Didn't you tell me I was impressive for being so young? Doesn't that mean you assessed me based on my age, too?
Me saying you're impressive in spite of your age is completely different than you saying I'm pretty good for a weak little baby.
Pretty sure I didn't phrase it like that.
But it's what you meant! Oh, I should have never complimented you!
You know, an adult wouldn't get all stubborn and combative like this.
I am not being combative. I'm simply having a normal conversation with you. Is that a problem?
What about this is normal to you?
May I speak with you a moment?
Oh, yeah. I was just about to take a break. You need something?
Our relationship has been strained for a while, so I thought it was time to resolve our issues.
It has?
Yes, at least I've felt that way ever since the incident.
Oh, you mean that time I found you hiding out and chowing down on some pastries? I didn't think anything about that, and I didn't tell anyone either.
No, not that. Well, yes, there was that, but there was another, more defining incident. Remember?
Are you talking about the time I treated you like a kid and you got all mad?
Yes, of course that's what I'm talking about.
That happened a long time ago. Has it really been eating at you ever since?
Well, I mean, I was unable to maintain my composure and got rather aggressive with you over trivial details. I kept telling myself that I had to apologize, but I could never bring myself to do it. But now, I'm sorry.
Well, I'd like to apologize too. I should have been more careful with what I said. Why does being called a kid upset you so much? If you don't think of yourself that way, then any comments of the kind should be like water off a duck's back.
Look, I'm a tiny bit younger than everyone else, and it doesn't help that I'm shorter, too. Plus, I do have somewhat of a baby face.
Really? You don't look that young to me.
You don't think so?
Yeah, now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. You act real mature, too.
Oh, no, I'm not really.
But most importantly, your skill at commanding troops puts all the real adults to shame.
Hold on. Real adults? So what you're saying is that I'm ultimately still just a child?
Ah, crud. I misspoke. What I meant was...
There you go, making excuses again. Now I know exactly what you think of me.
This conversation's going sideways again, isn't it?
It would seem so. Though, I suppose forgiving you would be the mature thing to do.
Hey, there you go. See? You are a real grown-up, Lysithea.
Something about this still rubs me the wrong way, but... Oh, fine. I just ask that you keep treating me like the adult I am.
That's not true at all.
But... Oh, look who it is.
You really don't look like a kid. You shouldn't worry about it.
You think so?
Yeah. Now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. You act real mature, too.
Oh, you're just saying that. I'm not like that at all.
Excuse me? Just what do you think you're doing?
Whoa! What's wrong, Lysithea?
You were speaking to a girl just now, correct?
Just now? Oh, yeah, I was. What about it?
Care to explain that line you fed her?
What? Did I say something weird?
Allow me to refresh your memory. Now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. You act real mature, too. You said the same exact thing to me, remember? I'm not a fool, you know. So what? You just go around spouting off the same lines to everyone?
Whoa, wait, just calm down. I know, that was wrong of me, but I do have an explanation.
By all means, enlighten me.
Just hear me out. You might have noticed, but giving advice isn't exactly my strong suit. And yet, for some reason, people always ask for my opinion on their problems. I never know what's best or how to respond. So I memorized a bunch of lines from some stories so that I'd at least have something to say. And it just so happens, one of those lines is complimenting a girl.
So what you said didn't come from you, but rather some fictional character?
Yeah, that about sums it up. I'm really sorry.
And then when people have asked for your advice, you've just parroted back some meaningless words. I can't believe you!
I thought it would be better than people getting mad at me for being honest.
Hearing the truth is always more preferable. So tell me now, what do you honestly think of me?
It's extremely difficult for me to express what I feel in my heart. But I'll just say this. You don't have to try so hard to impress people. You're at your most attractive when you're just being you, because you already are extraordinary.
Oh. Is that so? Very well. I will endeavor to keep that in mind. I apologize for pressing you. I have matters I must attend to right now. So,
Oh, man, I ended up using someone else's words again. That really is the way I feel, so she'd understand, right? Hey, Manuela? Huh. She must be out. Did I hear something? Oh, wait. Is she sleeping in one of the patient beds?
Oh, you. So silly.
She's smiling. I wonder what she's dreaming about.
Wait, don't go. So you're just gonna leave?
Uh-oh, now she's scowling. Looks like things are going downhill fast.
Get back here. You'll regret this. You hear me? I'll never forget.
Morning, Manuela.
Oh my, I don't even remember falling asleep. I don't suppose I was talking in my sleep, was I?
You said something about someone leaving, like, don't go.
Yeah, that's what happened in the dream. I thought I'd found the one. But in the end, he cast me aside. Just thinking about it makes me furious. How is it that even in my dreams I am hopelessly single? Oh, I need a moment.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry, but could I trouble you for a glass of water? Phew, that is much better. Thank you.
No problem. But, it smells like you've been swimming in booze. Are you hungover?
I might be. Is that a problem?
Well, I don't think the infirmary is supposed to look like a bear charged through here. That seems like a problem to me.
Back off, will you? You're the one who trounced in here unannounced and eavesdropped on my private, if humiliating, sleep-talking. And now you're attacking me for a tiny hangover in a messy room? Who do you think you are? My husband?
What? No, but as your friend and comrade, I can't not say anything.
I know, you're right. I'm sorry. I tend to fly off the handle when I'm embarrassed. Hey, can I ask you for one teensy favor?
Let me guess, you want help getting this place cleaned up, right? I suppose I could lend you a hand.
No, not that. Would you be a dear and pretend like you didn't see any of this?
Ah, gotcha. Don't worry. I won't say a word.
You're a class act. Thank you. Well, I don't want everyone to think worse of me than they already do. I mean, honestly, where did it all go wrong? Did you know I was once a diva with the Mittelfranc Opera Company? But now, apparently I'm just a shadow of my former self. Can you believe how rude that is? Why would you kick a girl when she's down?
What? But I didn't...
How about this? In lieu of hush money for our little secret, perhaps I'll let you hear me sing next time. I'll show you that this diva's just as dazzling as ever. Now you have something to look forward to. Anyway, did you need something?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm sure I had a reason to come in here, but now I don't have the slightest idea what. Another rough night, Manuela?
You could stand to learn some manners, you know. I had a little too much to drink yesterday, that's all. More importantly, you saw me perform, right?
Yeah, I was at the inn. You really do have a beautiful voice. I was impressed.
I told you so. But was it just my voice you were impressed with?
Well, I mean, when you were singing in front of everyone, you looked stunning. Seriously. Is that how you always are when you perform for the people in town?
Oh, please. In their dreams, maybe. Yesterday was a special occasion because you were there. We had a deal, remember?
Ah, yes, the hush money.
You haven't told anyone, right? About what I said in my sleep and such?
Nope, not a peep to anyone. Not even about the dream where you got dumped.
Shh! Don't go shouting about it now!
You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with you, even when you are hungover.
Really?
It makes you seem like a laid-back, mature woman. Just another interesting side of you. One day you're a physician saving lives, and the next you're a warrior on the battlefield. I like all your sides.
Like, you say?
It's more like I can't take my eyes off you. All the more so now, since I've seen you sing and all. You have all these different sides that come together to form a complete person. Maybe that's what draws me in. It's like, which one is the real Manuela?
Of course, the real me is the majestic diva shimmering in the spotlight. If only. I'm not that delusional. Those days are long gone. Apparently, I've reached the age where I must take comfort in the glories of yesteryear.
Do you really think so? I think you're probably way more attractive now than when you were all famous.
My word! Is it just me, or are you trying to sweep me off my feet?
Huh? Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that a person's attractiveness gets more, I don't know, refined as they get older. Like a fine wine or something.
Now, no need to get embarrassed. How about we get together and talk about our future later tonight?
Oh, I've got some stuff I gotta do tonight. Sorry, Maybe another time.
Oh, really? Fine. We'll save it for another day. It'll give us more time to talk anyway. Just don't blow me off, okay? Or you'll be sorry.
That was a joke, right? Manuela? Right?